twice in the tournament. Tallawahs have proved the stronger of the two. Andre Russell.
Andre Russell indeed. Gentlemen, let's just give a little background to what Dre Russ actually did. So, modest total that the Tallawahs were chasing, Dre Russ had to get 10 runs off the last two balls. He hits a 4 and then he hits a 6. Tom Moody, is this not one of the best performances you probably would have seen in the CPL?
Oh, there's no question. Andre Russell is a very special cricketer. That's why he's one of those sought-after T20 players around the globe. Unexpected win. I do remember this game very clearly, but it's one of those things. Whenever Andre Russell's at the crease, the game's not finished. I've had first-hand experience with that in the IPL, with Andre Russell rescuing KKR from a pretty much staring down defeat, obvious defeat in Kolkata one year. And Andre Russell, regardless of what the runs per over required, seemed to be able to turn the tables in a blink of an eye. And that's virtually what he's done in this particular event in the Caribbean. Unexpected win, but until you see the back of Russell, there's no game that's finished.
Absolutely. Danny Morrison, growing up, I remember the Chetan Sharma, Javed Miandad 6 off the last ball in Sharjah. I think it was 1986. But, that's what we kids, I guess, dreamt of growing up, winning a match, hitting a 6 off the last ball.
Oh, for sure. And as Mood said, it ain't over until that fat lady's singing, and he certainly is that sort of guy, isn't he, old Superman? Feel a bit sorry. Kiwi, countryman, poor old Jimmy Neesham. Geez, he's been a bit through the ringer over the years. You think of either playing in a black shirt or in franchise outfits around the globe. Jimmy has been taken down quite regularly in these sort of scenarios. And, if you miss the length, again, we've shown it over the last few days, haven't we, in the episodes here on Rario Cricket. If you don't get it right, particularly against this guy, Russell just carves you to all parts. And Moods, on about that. I think it was about season 2018 or something at IPL recently enough, where he just did this so regularly and was in such a wonderful patch of form, and hence why he's in such big demand. So no surprise. I do remember watching this one. It was, and look how much it meant to me. Look, Chris Gale comes flying out. That's the fastest I've seen Chris Gale move for years.
Danny, you mentioned, Jimmy Neesham getting carted sometimes around the park. Do you reckon there would be a bit of a fear factor, something that would have got into the bowler, bowling against somebody like Dre Russ in this situation?
Absolutely, 100%. Because, again, particularly the previous one that Moods mentioned, went for 4. And so this had to go for 6. And so, again, the adrenaline pumping. And to be fair, you only have to miss it by a short amount, that Yorker. That's what he was clearly going for, Jimmy, trying to get it in the block hole so it didn't allow Dre Russ to get underneath him. But hard lines, Jimmy. There's always sun coming up tomorrow.
Tom, Danny just talked about adrenaline pumping, heart rate going up. So how do you actually keep your composure, or if not keeping composure, how do you stay focused on the task at hand?
Well, a lot of it comes from experience. A lot of it comes from confidence. Andre Russell's got both of those things. When you're faced those challenging situations, you require that experience, confidence, and self-belief that you can get the job done. And more often than not, you feel that you can get the job done because you've done the hard work in preparation, and you've also probably trod that path before. Andre Russell, it's not the first time that he's seen a remarkable game, or he's turned a game completely upside down in a remarkable situation. So he has that self-belief that he can do it. He's been there and done it before, and he's got the tools to be able to do it. And what I mean by the tools is he's a pretty rare cricketer where you know, once he gets going, he deals in sixes and fours. You know, he doesn't deals in ones and twos. He deals in sixes and fours, and that can seriously hurt a side or a bowler if they get it slightly wrong. So, you know, poor Jimmy Neesham is at the top of his mark, knowing if he's slightly off, the ball's going into the stands.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, truly, you know, a golden moment indeed. We actually have a fan question, so we're just going to have Nikhil pop in and present that fan question to you, gents.
Right. So, Tom, this is addressed to you. You would have played with Bevan, who was known as the greatest finisher as kids growing up in the 90s. We saw people like Bevan and then even Klusner hit it out in the last few moments. And we have had Dhoni, then Kohli and Pollard, who have performed in clutch moments at the biggest stages. Now, where do you think Andre Russell, where do you think Ray Russ ranks in terms of these all-time greats, especially in the T20s?
He's a different type of finisher than the Michael Bevans or the MS Dhonis, Kohlis, where those players tend to finish games from a long way out, where Andre Russell's a player more often than not. He comes in with you know, at least a number of balls to face, where maybe only 20 balls left in the game, and he's having to rescue a game situation from a shorter period out from the game. You know, I think also it's pretty dependent on format. You know, the likes of particularly Kohli, Michael Bevan, and MS Dhoni, for that matter, are sort of recognised for brilliant finishing roles in 50-over cricket, where Russell's more specific to T20 cricket. So his finishing roles and successes have come based more around T20 cricket than 50-over cricket. So if I'm comparing Russell as a finisher with the ones you mentioned, I don't think you can compare him with the others, because they have done it in not only 50-over cricket but T20 cricket over a long period of time. Russell is more sort of sits very much high on the table when it comes to the best power hitters the game's ever seen. I wouldn't sort of classify him as, you know, as one of the best finishers in the game as we talk about the others.
Right. So finishing is a byproduct of that power hitting.
Yeah. Look, absolutely. And I think it's more to do with a specific format of the game, where Russell has had phenomenal impact. His career has very much been focused towards T20 cricket. He's a T20 specialist, even though that he has played Test cricket and 50-over cricket, but you don't see him playing those formats that often.
Right. Danny, your thoughts on that?
Cut and paste Tom Moody. Absolutely. Well, it's all been said, but beautifully said too. And I totally agree.
Okay.
Kisses.
Okay. Thanks for that.